Bugs Bunny to Daffy Duck, from Tom and Jerry to Scooby-Doo, cartoons have played a huge part in shaping us here at Cartridge Flow and have taught us valuable life lessons along the way. For example, monsters aren't real and are just evil land developers in rubber masks. Also, mice are d***s, and you can drop an anvil on someone off the edge of a cliff and it won't kill them, just hammer them into the ground like a nail. If you think for 1 second that growing up has meant that we spend all our time now watching deep and meaningful adult dramas, or ones where ladies get their sukis out in the name of art, you're sadly mistaken, as this much maligned 12-minute format is still a staple part of our daily diet. But it's not just the classics that are worth your time, as the world of animation doesn't end with Looney Tunes and the like, and the video that follows aims to prove that with a look at the 10 best cartoon series of the last 30 years. Straight off the bat, we feel as if we should be honest. The only reason that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends makes this list is because of this fella, right here. As animated children's shows go, Foster's Home was pretty good, if nothing spectacular, though you could watch it while nursing a hangover and get a pretty decent laughter-episode ratio going on. But that all went out of the window with the episode Mac Daddy. It's hysterical, and Cheese is so annoying that its amazing blue doesn't drown him in the bathtub before the end of the show. He would appear in a few more episodes over the next 4 years, including the show's finale, but it's his debut appearance that sticks in the mind, and it will have you yelling "I like chocolate milk" at the top of your voice for about a week afterwards. If you've ever been unfortunate enough to sit through the Madagascar movies, you'll know what atrocious garbage they are. But in the midst of all the fart jokes and David Schwimmerisms, there are 4 shining lights in the penguin-shaped forms of Skipper, Rico, Kowalski and Private. Nickelodeon gave the Commando unit their own show off of the back of this that ran for 3 series and a handful of specials, and thanks to the boys, it was a roaring success. But if it had been about 4 penguins going out on army manoeuvres each week, it would have died a rapid death, which is why the supporting cast can't be overlooked. From the infuriating King Julian to the innocent but idiotic Mork, from Skipper's arch nemesis Hans the Puffin and the country of Denmark to Officer X's obsession with the lads, each character is written with the singular intent of keeping the programme ticking over and the laughs rolling. And nowhere is this more on show than with Dr. Blowhole, a psychotic dolphin with designs on world domination, brilliantly brought to life by Neil Patrick Harris. Johnny Bravo couldn't get laid in a brothel with a £50 note sticking out of his zipper. A testosterone-fueled meathead of epic proportions, the whole concept of Bravo trying to get his leg over each episode, no matter how innocently they tried to make it seem in the show, is a concept that should have had zero longevity, but will be damned if it didn't work. This is in no small part down to the producers, realising very early on that there needed to be more to it than one man's quest to get his wick wet. So they decided the best course of action would be to put him in the most preposterous situations they possibly could, and it worked like a charm. Special mention has to go out to the Bravo Dooby-Doo episode though, which sees Johnny team up with the Scooby Gang to find his missing arm and features both Velma and Johnny losing their glasses at the same time. My glasses, I can't see without my glasses. My glasses, I can't be seen without my glasses. After his parents are fired into space by a demented vet, Courage the Cowardly Dog is taken in by Muriel and her husband Eustace, who happen to live in the town of Nowhere, which attracts monsters, aliens, zombies, vampires and all other kinds of nightmares like ghosts to a Whitby weekend. For those of you out there that haven't seen the show, it's as batshit crazy as it sounds, but if you have a love for old horror movies and sci-fi schlock, then Courage the Cowardly Dog should be right up your alley. Well, this is kind of p***y of you off. Teen Titans Go is one of the most hated shows that has ever graced a Cartoon Network, for the simple reason that it isn't the original Teen Titans that got the axe treatment in 2006, leaving the series on a cliffhanger. When it was announced that the Titans would be returning, however, fanboys and girls all over the globe were ecstatic as they would finally find out what happened some 7 years earlier. Right up to the point that it became obvious that Warner Brothers had no interest in going down that path again and gave us a full-blown comedy instead. God, the internet exploded that day, and it still has people screaming blue murder at the top of their lungs in forums everywhere, but the fact remains that these people are wrong. Teen Titans Go is a riot, and if you can't see the humour in it, and the way they lambast those who complain about the show at every opportunity, then perhaps you need to ask yourself why the f*** you're getting wound up about a cartoon aimed at children in the first place, you schmuck. Produced by a certain Steven Spielberg, The Animaniacs is the animated equivalent of taking far too much speed and binge-watching the entire Marx Brothers collection over a weekend. It's fast-paced, wacky, insane, and full of jokes that you only get if you're an adult, but has more than enough talking mice and bright colours to keep even the youngest of your family hooked to the screen. Anyone who doesn't think that Kevin Conroy's Batman is the best one ever clearly has no idea about Batman. All the other versions of The Dark Knight have never stayed as close to the comics as the animated series does, meaning that Conroy's version is as real to the Caped Crusader as we're ever going to get. And the supporting cast isn't bad either. We're sorry, we know this is going to annoy a few of you, but Hamill's Joker is better than Heath Ledger's. It also sees Harley Quinn make her first appearance in DC continuity, and the storytelling is sharp and to the point, even across multi-spanning episodes. It's just a shame that the show never got the chance to stick around long enough to cover the Cataclysm event from 1998. We think that would have broken our tiny little minds. It's very rarely that a spin-off show surpasses the original, especially when the original was as good as Grim and Evil, but Billy and Mandy managed it and then some. After saving Billy's pet hamster from death by defeating the Reaper in a limbo competition, the incredibly stupid Billy and his cynical best friend Mandy proceed to make this bloke's life an undead nightmare by forcing him into servitude as their butler and unwitting cohort. There are so many great moments in this show that it's almost impossible to list them all here, but if you only check out one episode, make sure it's Dracula Must Die, which is a spoof of not only horror films, but of blaxploitation as well. It's a work of art. "21 years. That's how long SpongeBob, Patrick and the rest of Bikini Bottom has been on our screens. 21 years. Which in itself should be all you need to know about how much of a beloved institution it's become. And it still delivers, with episodes covering everything from Plankton's continuing quest to steal a burger recipe to sending up old sci-fi and horror films, which it does better than anything else we've ever seen. 21 years is a long time to be on TV, but it doesn't seem to have any inclination of stopping anytime soon, and that's fine with us. Life would be a lot duller without the little yellow fella to brighten up our day. It's almost impossible trying to figure out how to explain just what Gumball is all about for any of you that haven't seen it. Just saying that it's a story of a 12-year-old cat and his family that consists of a mother cat, a rabbit father, a little sister and an adopted goldfish brother just doesn't seem to do it justice. If The Amazing World of Gumball had been a Netflix or Amazon exclusive, it would have been praised from the rafters as one of the greatest animated shows of all time. Unfortunately, because it was on Cartoon Network, many people have dismissed it as being nothing more than a kids show. These people are huge morons. This is one of those times you're going to have to take our word on it when we say, just go watch it. Trust us, you won't be disappointed. So there you have it. That's our opinion, but what's yours? Are we right? Are we wrong? Let us know down in the comments section. If we've entertained you, then don't forget to share, like and subscribe.